Okay. There's one other thing I wanted to look at here. So when I looked at the most recent file that you sent, I wanted to look at this, sort of the aggregate traces. And, when I look at this, so I don't know that I believe in a super precise natural point of aim, not a natural point of aim. To me, it's more like a zone, okay? Maybe that's just because my hold is not quite where it needs to be. And so, anyway, here it looks like your natural zone of aim, your NPA zone, looks a little bit like it might be a little to the right. So, I'm looking at this bullseye and I kind of imagine it as a dinner plate. And the trace is basically the spaghetti. So I got a plate of spaghetti and it looks like the spaghetti is just a little off center, just a little bit to the right. That's the traces overall. The little crosses that have the, that's where the triggers broke. The comment that I'll make here is that it kind of looks like they're on the low side, on the lower side of the spaghetti. There's a few that are at the top, but most of them kind of look a little low, which might be you breaking the shot on the downbeat of the pulse. Okay, so compare that to the one before that, and we can see that the spaghetti is much more centered on the plate. And not just that, but the crosses where the triggers broke is a little bit more evenly distributed. They're not all leaning towards the bottom. So that could mean a couple of things, right? So it could mean that you have in this one, you have a mix, right, of times when you broke the shot on the downbeat, and some where it might have been on the upbeat, and some where it might have been in the middle. But and that's not to say that any of that is good or bad. It's just something to notice, so that when you reflect on these two sessions, maybe by commenting on these things and my observations, maybe you'll remember something like, oh yeah, you know what, this and that strap on my coat was just a little bit different, or I was interrupted, and so that other string, something felt a little weird about this and that, or my mind was on focusing on something else. All those kinds of things are things that you can think about and reflect on, and just let it roll around in your brain. Your brain will figure it out. Your brain is tuned for pattern recognition, and if you keep putting practice in like this, you're going to start. It's going to dawn on you what is causing each type of trace, each type of trigger break. So just keep working on it. Good job.